Welcome, and phone is a Realme C21, and today I'll show you a couple tweaks and tricks you can do on this phone. So let's start off by opening up settings, and we're going to begin with the dark mode option, which sometimes is also accessible through the notification panel. I'm going to quickly check it, and it actually looks like it is right over here. So you can tap on it quickly to turn on or off the dark mode if you might not want it or might want it. Now going back to the actual settings where we can find the dark mode. Let's go to display and brightness and then dark mode, and you can click on it, which will actually take you to settings. Dark mode here has settings, and some of them are really nice. Now obviously we have the toggle to enable it, but we do have things like from sunrise to sunset or schedule, so you can set it up so it turns on automatically, well, turns on and off automatically, which is what I would call basically the best case scenario. So you can have it in light mode during the daytime. When sun is up, obviously dark mode will not be the best option, so light mode will work way better. And during the night time, you just probably don't want to blast your irises with this super bright screen, so probably going dark mode will be better. Now anyway, moving on to the next option, it's going to be the display size. Now this is primarily for people that are a little bit impaired or visually impaired, so this will allow you to enlarge the text and basically everything that is on the screen. As you can see, automatically it changes whenever you move the slider, and you do have a visual representation on how it will affect everything around. So yeah, now going to the next option, this is gonna be for people that just like a little bit more minimalistic look and just like the gestures overall. So let's enable the gesture navigation. Now personally I do like this way more over the typical buttons at the bottom. So to enable the gesture navigation, you will need to go to the convenience tools, and from here navigation buttons, and enable the swipe gestures from both sides. It does give you an animation right here on how to use them, and while this animation is playing I'm gonna also show you. So swipe from either side to go back. As you can see, when you do so, it does bring up this super faint grayish arrow right here, and same thing for the other side. Then swipe up and hold to go into recent applications, and swipe up quickly to basically go home. And as you can see, there is no kind of visual indication of any kind of navigation buttons, so the only time you have any kind of indications, for instance, when you use the back gesture and it brings up this arrow just so you know that it will go back. And other than that, there's basically nothing indicating any kind of navigation system here. Now anyway, moving on to the next option, it's gonna be the smart sidebar, which you might have sometimes probably accidentally activated it, or maybe you just don't want it, depending on what the case is. It is located right here, this really faint grayish little outline, so you can, I'm trying to figure out how to actually activate it. There we go. It was a little bit slow. So as you can see, you can just kind of grab it out, and this will show you several applications and shortcuts. You can add more if you want to by tapping on the plus and choosing applications that you want to add here. And also I believe you can move it. There we go. So when you hold it, it does this little thing where it becomes way larger, and from here you can move it up and down and to a different side of the screen if you want to. Now if you're the person that just doesn't want this at all, you can disable this in the settings under, again, convenience tools and smart sidebar, and simply turn it off right here by checking this off. Now you do also have a couple additional options like transparency option and hide floating bar and full screen, so when you open some kind of apps, it won't be visible, it will only be accessible on the home screen. So anyway, moving on to the next and well, also last option, it's gonna be the split screen. Now normally I activate the split screen by going into recent applications, doing this boring double dot click and checking split screen. Now majority of the phones have it, but here we do have a little bit of a better way to deal with it. So if you already opened an app that you want to split screen with, I'm trying to find some decent app like for instance YouTube. When it's open, using 3 fingers, swipe up, and it opens up split screen. So from here you can simply open up another app that you want to split screen with, and there you go. Now when you're split screening and for instance you're using YouTube, I do recommend you to open it on top. This will mean that whenever you leave whatever you're doing on the bottom, so if you go home, this will only make this window smaller but won't actually close it. So if you're listening to YouTube, it won't pause the video, which is a really good little tip. So anyway, this would conclude all the tweaks and tricks I wanted to share, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.